Okay. Okay, so in today's session, we'll try to focus on how to use multiple views and how to navigate from one view to another view. So creating multiple views and navigation from one view to another view. And this by using routing technique. And in the next session, we'll try to understand how to transfer data transfer from one view to another view with the help of JSON model. So today's session is navigation from one view to another view. In the next session, data transfer from one view to another view. After that, we can close this particular chapter. Then we can go for doubts. So today we'll try to create multiple views. Till now, we were dealing with only two views which are provided by the template. Till now, we were using the two views which are provided by the worklist template. But now I want to create some new views and I want to apply navigation from one view to another view. In that case, you have to use a routing technique to navigate from one view to another view. We need to apply routing technique in SAP View applications. We need to apply routing technique in View apps. Let me give one requirement here. Based on that, we'll try to do it. Okay, say suppose I want to create new views. For example, third view as well as fourth view. I want to create two views, that is third view and fourth view. And I want to navigate from object view to third view. From object view, I want to navigate to third view. So this is like forward navigation. Similarly, I want to navigate from third view to object view. This is like backward navigation. Object view to third view and then third view to object view. Similarly, if you want, you can navigate from object view to, example, fourth view. So this is also forward navigation. So object view to third view to object view. This is, one is forward navigation, another is backward navigation. And then again, I want to navigate from object view to fourth view. So that means by default, worklist view is available here. Worklist view is a standard view provided by the template. So this is like worklist view provided by the template. Along with worklist view, there is object view provided by the template. Apart from this, I want to create new views, but these are by default available. One is work list view, another is object view. So here I want to apply navigation by creating new views. For example, I want to create third view. And here I want to create fourth view as well. And there is a navigation from a default navigation from worklist view to object view. This is already available and provided by the template itself. And that navigation is happening because of routing technique. Similarly, there is a navigation from object view to worklist view. This is also default that you will get it with the help of a template. This is also navigation with the help of routing technique. So these two views are standard views that are generated because of the template, worklist template. And between worklist view and object view, navigation is available with the help of routing technique. But what I want to do is I want to create two other views, third view, fourth view. And in object view, I want to create buttons. For example, go to third view as one of the button. And I want to create go to fourth view as another button. Button label can be anything. Just to make you understand, I'm creating two buttons like go to third view, go to fourth view. So if user click on this button, if user click on this go to third view button, it has to navigate from object view to third view. And in third view, I want to display some text as of today. I want to display some text, for example, welcome to third view. Some text I want to display here. Along with that, let me display one image with some photograph. And in third view, I want to create one button also, that is go to object view. I want to create one button, for example, go to object view. So when user click on this button, it has to navigate from third view to object view here. So it has to navigate. When user click on button here, it has to navigate from third view to object view. So if user click on button in object view, it has to navigate to third view. If user click on button in third view, it has to navigate to object view. So this is like forward navigation, but it should happen through routing technique in Fieri apps. And then there is another navigation, that is backward navigation here, but this also happens with the help of routing technique. Now, say suppose if user click on go to fourth view button. In object view, if user click on go to fourth view button, it has to navigate to fourth view here. In fourth view, I just want to display text as of today. In the coming days, we are going to improvise it. For example, this is welcome text, welcome to fourth view. In the coming days, we are going to build a scenario from this. So this is the overall requirement. If user click on button in object view, it has to go to third view. If user click on button in third view, it has to display object view. Similarly, if user click on button in object view, it has to navigate to fourth view. So this is also happening with the help of routing technique. Navigation with the help of routing technique. So let us proceed with this. Purpose is to understand navigation from one view to another view using routing. So to do this, you have to follow certain procedure. Let me write step-by-step procedure here. Step 1, create new views inside SAP View project folder. Step 1 is you have to create new views inside SAP View project. That is, just right click. Project folder and you can select new SAP UI5 view. You can select new SAP UI5 view. VieW apps also will use UI5 framework. So we call views as UI5 views. There is no such view like VieW view. All the views will be basically SAP UI5 views internally. So provide view type as XML and you have to provide namespace. Namespace as, for example, Oasis and view name. View name, for example, third view. So you can create SAP UI5 view. Inside VieW apps, the views will be basically like SAP UI5 views only with the type as XML. You can provide namespace and provide view name. And click next and finish. Similarly, do the same thing for creating third view. After creating third view, you have to create fourth view. So let us do the same thing here. Step 2. Right click your VieW project folder. Select a new SAP UI5 view, view type XML, namespace Oasis. In this case, view name fourth view you have to provide. Click next and finish. View type is XML, Oasis namespace, but view name, let us provide, for example, fourth view. So this is a two-step procedure to create two views inside your VieW app. So let us do that here. You can right click VieW project folder and select SAP UI5 view here. There is no option to create VieW view. There is no such view at all. Fiori internally uses UI5 framework. The view names are SAP UI5 views always. So select SAP UI5 view. So can select new SAP UI5 view. Because Fiori apps uses UI5 framework internally, so we call those views as SAP UI5 views. This is a procedure to create new view. Okay, so let me do that. Right click here, new SAP UI5 view. Now, for all Fiori apps, the view type will be XML. For all Fiori apps, view type is XML, but SAP has given other options. No one is using that. Don't worry about that. HTML views, scripting views, JSON views, they are not used in Fiori apps. All the views in Fiori will be XML. And namespace, it is taking by default the project namespace. By default, namespace is taken as project namespace. Provide view name, for example, third view. You can click next and you can click finish. So third view and third view controller both are created here. Third view, and for third view, automatically third view controller is also generated. Each view contains a controller. Okay, so let us create fourth view with step 2 with the same procedure. So you can right click here, new SAP UI5 view. Right click and select SAP UI5 view. View type as XML, namespace, you can provide project namespace, view name, for example, fourth view. Click next here and click finish. Now you can see fourth view is created along with fourth view controller. Every view contains a separate controller. When you are creating view, automatically controller is generated here. For third view, third controller is generated. Fourth view, fourth controller is generated. Each view is technically associated with controller. So these two steps are completed. That means we are able to create these things. Now what you need to do is you need to arrange views into original view folder. You have to arrange controllers into original controller folder. So here, third view is created in a separate view folder of your project. Fourth view is created in a separate view folder of your project. Similarly, controllers are created in separate controller folder. They are not created in original controller folders. So here, what you do is you try to bring it to the original view folder here. Object view, worklist view, they are in a separate view folder, which is original view folder. So you have to cut these things. You can right click third view.xml, you can cut that and paste it in original view folder of your project. Similarly, you can cut fourth view and paste it inside original view folder of your project. Now, third view as well as fourth view, they are in original view folder of our project, along with object view and worklist view. So all the views should be in original view folder of your project. That's how you need to arrange. Just cut and paste. Okay, so now there are controllers here. They're created in separate controller folder, but you should paste it in original controller folder of your project. So you can right click third view controller. You can cut here, paste it inside controller, original controller folder. Right click fourth view controller. You can cut and paste it inside original controller folder of your project. Now, third view controller, fourth view controller, they are available along with worklist controller, object controller of your original view after original controller folder of your project here. All controllers now they are in original controller folder. All views they are available in original view folder. So that's how you need to arrange to make it successful. Now you can remove this dummy view folder and dummy controller folder. You can delete these things. So dummy view folder, dummy controller folder, they are deleted. So what you need to do now? Okay, let me write this. Step 3. Cut and paste codeview.xml file inside original view folder of your project. Similarly, do the same thing for fourth view. Cut and paste fourth view.xml file inside original view folder of your project. Step 4 is cut and paste third view.controller file .js file inside original controller folder of your project. Similarly, cut and paste fourth view controller .js file inside original controller folder of your project. So now views are in view folder, controllers are in controller folder. Views are in original view folder, controllers are in original controller folder of your project. So that's how you need to arrange. Otherwise, it will not work. Now, step 5. What we'll do is we'll try to place some text. We'll create some text here, image, button. Here we'll place some text here, and then we'll create 2 buttons in object view. So we'll try to do all these things now. In third view, we'll provide text, image, and one button. In fourth view, we'll create some text. In object view, we'll create 2 buttons. So let us place some screen elements in each of these views. So first, let me go to third view .xml file. Create screen elements inside page content area. Create screen elements inside page content area. So every view contains a page section with content area by default. In that you can place your screen elements. So here you can see there is third view. Third view, it is created with these options. If you want, you can arrange, otherwise you can ignore. But here you can see there is a page section for new views with a content area. It's like page section with content area. So inside this content area, you can place your screen elements according to requirement. Place any of your screen elements as per requirement. And you can provide some title here, for example, third view. And you can place your screen elements here. And if you want, you can register libraries here. If you want to use some other classes from different libraries, then you can register the libraries in top section of that third view. Okay, so I want to create some text with the text property, and text I want to provide, for example, welcome to third view. And here I want to create one image with SRC property. Let me provide one photograph just for testing purpose, ajay.jpg. And I want to create one button here with text, for example, go to object view. Type of the button, for example, accept. Width, for example, 200 pixel. Event, press is an event. Let us assign event handler. For example, go to object view EH. Go to object view EH, something like this. Use some event handler for assign one event handler to press event of a button. We're assigning event handler to press event of a button. Go to object view EH, that's the event handler name. You can give XYZ, but the same name should be used in controller for implementation. So let me copy these lines. This is part of third view, page content. These are the screen elements we are placing in third view. Along with button, button contains event handler for press event. Now similarly, step 6. Let us go to fourth view now. Open fourth view, .xml file. Create screen elements. Inside page content area. Create screen elements inside page content area or fourth view.xml file. So let me provide just some text screen element here. To recognize the landing page, we'll try to place some text screen element. Let me save this. So in third view.xml file, there is a page content section here. There's a page with content area. In content area, you can use your screen elements. Place your screen elements as per requirement. Inside content area. Place your screen elements as per requirement inside content area. In our case, we have just created text, image, button. In the coming days, we are going to develop a screen so that we can perform all types of database operations. Insert, delete, update, data transfer, all those things we are going to do it in this third view. At this point of time, just text, image, and button is created. If you want, you can register the libraries in this top section. This is like third view code. Now let us go to fourth view here. Fourth view also contains the same syntax. And this also contains page with content area. It also contains page with content area here. And inside content area, you can place your screen elements, but first let me provide title. For example, fourth view. Inside content area, I want to place one text screen element here. In the coming days, we are going to develop a screen such that we can insert header plus item records. We can deal with collection of records for inserting the data. In the coming days, we are going to develop this fourth view such that it works for inserting header plus items. It's for inserting multiple records. All those things we are going to do it through this particular screen. So text screen element, text property. Let me provide some text. For example, go to or welcome to fourth view. If you want to apply backward navigation for this view, then you can create another button. So there is fourth view.xml file, which contains page section with content area. Inside content area, you can place your screen elements. In the coming days, we are going to improvise this view. Place your screen elements inside content area. If you want to register libraries, you can register on top section of a view. This is like fourth view code. Now after that, we'll try to create two buttons in object view. We'll create two buttons in object view. Let me copy this text. This is third view coding. This is fourth view code. Now step 7, open object view.xml file. Create screen elements as below. I want to create two buttons here, and I want to assign two different event handlers for two buttons. So let me go to object view. So object view, I want to create buttons just below this carousel. Just below this carousel or just above icon tab bar. Just above icon tab bar, I want to create two buttons. You can create anywhere, it doesn't matter, but I want to create just above icon tab bar. Button text. For example, this is go to third view. Type of the button. Let me use accept width 100 pixel. Press is an event. I want to assign event handler. This go to third view EH. Go to third view EH. That's the event handler we are assigning. Similarly, let us create one more button with the same syntax. This is text go to fourth view. And let me use type of the button as, for example, reject. And let me assign event handler, that is go to fourth view EH. That's the event handler. So we are going to implement all these event handlers in the respective controllers. So two buttons are created here. These are two buttons that are created, assigned with two different event handlers. Go to third view EH, go to fourth view EH. So just above icon tab bar, I have created it. In object view.xml file, in our case, just above icon tab bar, we have created two buttons here. Now let us focus on other options here. After creating two buttons in object view, now you have to focus on manifest.json file configuration. Step 8, step 9, you have to focus on the configuration part. Open manifest.json file. And you need to create a target and register the view for each target. To create target and register the view for each target. The purpose of step 8 is in manifest.json file. That's a configuration file. First, you need to create target and register the view for each target. So here you can see there is manifest.json file. For all types of templates, this .json file, manifest.json file is a configuration file. This plays an important role. This is a global file. So open this file and go to routing section here and just scroll down, go to manage targets. There is manage targets option. Here you have to create a target and you need to assign a view right side. Create target left side, assign the view to the target right side. So click on plus icon here. Provide target name. Just for better understanding, let me provide third view as a target name. This target name third view, I want to associate with a view name that is third view, which is already created. You can provide view ID, for example, third view. View level, you can make it level 3. For example, third view, you can make it level 3. And view type is XML. View type is XML. So these are the important options inside target section here. So the target is created in this file. The target is created here as third view. But the third view is the name of the target. It is assigned with the view name here. That means this one. So the name of the target is third view. It is assigned with the view name third view with ID, level, and type of the view. This is a target name. Left side, it's a target name. Right side, it's a view name. the view details. For third view target, we have assigned third view with some properties. So create target and assign view to the target. Similarly, what we can do, we can add one more target here. For example, the name of the target, let us just make it like fourth view as a target. For this target, you need to configure fourth view. Left side, the target is created. For that target, you have to configure the fourth view here. There's a drop down. From this, you will get list of views. Fourth view is one of the view we have created. Level 4, you can provide with ID as fourth view. And view type is XML. For free apps, it's XML. So here also, we have created one target by assigning view to the target. In target section, fourth view is the target name. This is a target name. For this target name, we are assigning the fourth view details here. We are assigning fourth view details. Left side, add target. Right side, for that target, provide view details. Left side target name, right side view name. Basically, that means view details. So here also we are creating target and assigning view to the target. So what exactly we have done is just right click. First time, here it's better to do like this. Manifest.json file, open with app descriptor editor. Open with app descriptor editor. Then you'll get this screen with settings, data source, routing, navigation, etc. So right click manifest.json file. Open with descriptor editor. And go to routing section. Scroll down to targets. And click on plus icon. Add target, some name. Target with some name. For example, I am making third view, just to avoid confusion. And configure view name as third view. Then view ID. View level. And view type. So this is how you can assign view to the target. First target is created. For that target, we are configuring the view details. For third view target, we are assigning third view details here. Similarly, click on plus icon again. Add target for fourth view and configure fourth view details. Very simple. Add target by clicking plus symbol. Add target, that is, for example, fourth view. And configure fourth view details. ID, name, level, and type. Type is XML. So this is technically step 8. In step 8, we are creating a target and we are assigning view to each target. Purpose of step 8 is to create a target and assign view to the target. So one target for third view, another target for fourth view. That is what we have done in step 8. Now step 9 is also configuration. So here you can see there is, if you scroll up, okay, if you scroll up here, you can see there is root section here. By default, there are two roots, worklist root, object root. Worklist root is assigned with worklist target, object view. Object root is assigned with object target. So here you need to create root and assign target in this step. In root section, you have to create a root here and assign target to the root. Target internal loads the view. They're going to create root by assigning target. Target is already assigned with view, so it will load that view at runtime. Okay, very simple. Just go to root section here. There is root section. Click on plus symbol. And here select root name. For object, for third view, there will be root name, for example, third view. You can provide some pattern. Here you can provide some pattern, for example, third view. It's not mandatory, but you can provide. But this third view is the name of the root. It should be assigned with the target. So let me click on plus symbol here. There are other options. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but let us assign target. So the target name is third view. So root is created by assigning the target. Target internally contains a view. Similarly, click on plus icon in root section. Provide the root name as fourth view. For each view, there will be a root that you need to configure here. For each view, there will be a root by default. So fourth view contains fourth view as a root. And the only thing is you need to assign the target. The target by selecting plus icon. So here you can assign the target of fourth view. And you can provide some pattern if you want, otherwise you can ignore. It's not mandatory. But here the fourth view root is assigned with fourth view target. Target internal loads fourth view at runtime. So in root section, we are configuring third view as a root name by assigning third view as a target. And then we are configuring fourth view as a root by assigning fourth view as a target. So left side it's a root name, right side it's a target name. Left side root name, right side target name. So root should be configured by assigning the target. Target internally contains a respective view, which is done in the previous step. So these are root names assigned with targets. And target internal loads views at runtime. So let's not get confused here. So this is what you need to do inside manifest.json file. configure route and assign target to a route. For each view, there is a route by default. So that you need to configure and assign target to the route. So here, again, it's the same file, manifest.json file. Create or just simply call it as configure. Configure route and assign target to a route. So this is what we need to do as part of step 9. Configure route and assign target to a route. So what you do is just right click, manifest.json file, open with app descriptor editor. By default, it opens with descriptor editor. And go to routing section here. And then scroll to routes option. Click plus icon. Click plus icon. And what you do is configure routes as, for example, third view. For each view, there will be a route that you need to select from drop down. If you want, you can provide some pattern. That is not mandatory, I think. And the most important is here, you need to click on plus icon. And assign target as third view. We are configuring route with third view and we are assigning target as third view so that it will load the actual third view when you run the application. Similarly, you can click on plus icon. And configure one more route. For fourth view, by default, there will be fourth view target name. Just select from drop down and provide pattern if needed. I'm not sure how it works, but let us provide some pattern. And then just click plus icon here. For this, you need to assign target. The target name is fourth view, which in turn loads fourth view XML file. So these two things has to be done in step 9. In step 9, we are just we are configuring route and assigning target to the route. That is the procedure for step 9. Configure route, assign target to a route. In step 8, we created a target and assigned view to the target. In step 8, we created target and assigned view to the target. But here we are configuring route and assigning target to the route. The target internally contains the view.xml files. Those things will be loaded when you execute the code. Now step 10 is you can open object controller and we have to implement all the event handlers now. So here we have to implement two event handlers in object view. We have to implement one event handler in third view. So that means two event handlers as part of object controller, one event handler as part of third view controller. So here, let us implement all these three event handlers. Just we need to write single line code in all these three different event handlers. So go to object controller.js file, implement event handler for navigation purpose. That is, implement below code. Implement event handlers. Two event handlers we have to implement. One is go to third view EH, go to fourth view EH. Okay, so there is event handler, go to third view EH. Let me use the same name in the controller. Object controller, you can scroll down, use comma separator and provide here. Function statement within flower brackets, implement the functionality. Similarly, there is go to fourth view EH. Let us copy that event handler name. And here we have to implement the functionality. Two event handlers should be implemented in object controller for navigation purpose. So manifest.json file, please remember manifest.json file is a global file. It's a configuration file and it's a global file. All our configuration for navigation is maintained in manifest.json file. So to access any global file, you can use this .get owner component. This .get owner component, in this case, it will access manifest.json file. This .get owner component, it will basically access, it will get the reference of that manifest.json file. This .get owner component. From that, you can get root section here by using get router. Get router is a method. It will access root section in our manifest.json file. For that root, we have assigned a target. So you can navigate to. Navigate to is another method here. You can navigate to a target. By selecting root, you are navigating to a target. When you are navigating to target, you can transfer the data. If you don't want to transfer data, use empty flower brackets and then use false. This is for data transfer that we'll discuss in the coming days how to do it. But as of today, let us not worry about that. Let us make it blank. If you don't want to transfer data, just make it false. But the main point here is you need to configure the target. The target for third view is third view here. That's it. This .get owner component will access manifest.json file. From that, you will get router information. For that router, you have to navigate to the target. I want to navigate to third view target here so that it will load third view.xml file. So first access manifest.json file, then access router information, then navigate to the target. The target will open the view.xml file of the target. We are navigating to third view target, so it opens third view.xml file when you run the application after executing this line. Similarly, here also, this .get owner component. It will access a global section, in this case, manifest.json file. From that, you have to get router information. Then you have to navigate to target. I don't want to transfer data in today's session. Just let us make it blank and false. So here you have to provide the target name. I want to provide target name here. One of the target is third view, another target is fourth view. These are the target names. So let us provide the target name as fourth view here. What's the name of the target? Fourth view is the name of the target, so that automatically loads the fourth view.xml file when you run the application on clicking a button. In this case, this code gets executed, it loads fourth view.xml file. So this is a syntax, you can use it, single line syntax. Open object controller.js file, implement two event handlers, one for third view, one for fourth view. There are two event handlers we have implemented here. It's not working, we'll try to modify the code. So there are two event handlers. Go to third view EH, go to fourth view EH. Then step 10. Step 11. Open third view dot controller file. Implement event handler for backward navigation. That is, implement below code. So here in third view, we have assigned one event handler, that is go to object view EH. This is for backward functionality. So go to third view controller, add one event handler here. At the bottom, add one event handler by using function keyword. Here, implement the functionality. The same story. This dot get owner component. This dot get owner component. It will try to access manifest.json file. From that, you can get router information by using get router method. And then you can navigate it to the target. The target in our case here is object view. Go to manifest.json file. Manifest.json file contains the name of the target as object here. In case if you want to go to first view, work list view, then you can provide the name of the target as work list. So in our case, we have to provide the target name as object here, because that's a target for object view. Object is the name of the target which internally loads object view.xml file when you run the application. And here, if you want to transfer data, you can provide something like object ID. Something like default, let us make it like 1001. Just if you want, in case if you want to transfer data, you can provide like this object ID, for example, some default value 1001. If you want, you can make this value dynamic. By using a variable, by capturing the value, you can make it dynamic. But as of now, just let me hard code here. And then in this case, we are transferring the data, then the parameter should be true here. If you're not transferring data, you can make it false. I want to transfer data, so let us make it true. So this is the syntax we are using in backward navigation. This dot get owner component will get access to the manifest.json file, which is a global file. Get router will get root information from that manifest.json file. And then it will navigate to the target, that is object is the name of the target, which in turn loads object view.xml file when you run the app. Object is taken from here, manifest.json file. In target section, you'll get the name of the target. Object is name of the target, which in turn loads object view.xml file. Right, so here, let me test it. What is done? Then step 12. Save all the files, view files, controller files, manifest.json file, save all the files and run the app. So if it is working, then we'll proceed. Otherwise, we'll make some changes. I think all the files are saved. Let me run it. So from work list view, we are navigating to object view. When you run the app, this is your work list view. From work list view, we are trying to navigate to object view. That is a default navigation. And in object view, we are placing form, list, table, microchart, charts, second node data service, fragment, etc. But apart from that, there are two buttons here. There are two buttons above icon tab filter and below carousel. So let me click on this first button, go to third view. So it is going to third view. In third view, we are trying to display welcome text here with a photograph. Welcome to third view as the text with some photograph. And there is a back button here, go to object view. If you click on this, it will go back to that object view. So from object view to third view and third view to object view. So this navigation is working fine. Forward navigation and backward navigation. So there is no problem, it's working fine. Similarly, if I want to go to fourth view, just click on this button. So then it is going to fourth view and we are getting welcome text here. So as per our requirement, everything is working. When you click this button, it is navigating to third view. When you click this button, it is coming back to object view. When you click on this button, it is going to fourth view. So this is done through routing technique for navigation from one view to another view. So here, let me run it. If I want to go back to the original app, then you can click on home button here. It opens a tile box. If you click on tile box, it will reload that application. Now the work list view is loaded. When you select record in work list view, it is going to second view, that is object view. In object view, we are displaying all the data here according to our requirement. And here, if I click on go to third view button, it is navigating to third view. That's a forward navigation. If I click on this go to object view, from third view, it will navigate back to object view. So that's a backward navigation. This is forward navigation. This is backward navigation. So everything is working. And if I click on this button, then there is again a forward navigation for fourth view. So we are going to improvise all these things. With respect to third view and fourth view, we are going to perform some more activities by consuming OData service to perform different database operations. But here, when we are trying to navigate, we are navigating on a button click here. When we are navigating, when you click on a button, then it is navigating from object view to third view. Object view to third view. But what I want to do is, say suppose, without clicking button, if I select a record in a table here, if I select a record in a table, it is displaying a message, but instead of that, I want to navigate to the next view. On selecting a record, it is capturing that record and it is printing that value as a message. But instead of that, as soon as I select a record, I want to navigate to the next view. So, okay, let me write that requirement here. On selecting record in table of object view, I want to navigate to third view without clicking a button. So the solution is simple. We have implemented everything, just we need to adjust the code. Open object controller.js file and go to the event handler. For this table, for object view, there is a table. Table contains one event handler for selection change event. In object view, we have created table. Table contains selection change event. That selection change event contains event handler, capture record EH. So go to that event handler and try to navigate to the third view. So go to capture record EH event handler, because this is an event handler assigned to the table. Go to that event handler and add below code. Add below code. Just you need to add one single line code here. So here, let me go to object controller. Object controller contains capture record EH event handler. Capture record EH event handler. This is assigned to list as well as table. So you can go to this event handler. In this event handler, you can execute your code. That means you can capture the record, and that record we can send it to backend, or we can transfer data to the next view. That we are going to do it in the coming days. But here, instead of printing that as a message, instead of printing the values as a message, I want to navigate to third view. So for navigating to third view, the event handler is implemented here. Go to third view EH event handler. Why don't you access from here in capture record EH event handler? From capture record EH event handler, you can access this. Go to third view EH event handler. So one event handler can access another event handler. Then this code gets executed. So here in capture record EH event handler, capture record EH event handler, after executing the respective functionality, what I want to do is I want to use this dot, then use control space, then you can trigger any event handler here. If you want, you can apply conditions. I want to go to third view EH event handler. So from capture record EH event handler, we are trying to trigger go to third view EH event handler. That means one event handler can trigger another event handler. That's it. Very simple. Save it and you can run. So capture record EH event handler is triggering go to third view EH event handler. Both belongs to same controller. That's the reason why we are using this dot, that event handler name. Go to third view EH, capture record EH. Both belongs to same controller. So you can directly use this dot, that event handler name. So here, what we're trying to do is capture record EH event handler. It is accessing go to third view EH event handler. So that means technically one event handler is accessing another event handler. From one event handler, we can trigger and execute another event handler. From one event handler, we can execute and trigger another event handler functionality. So let us see what happens. As soon as you select record, then it should navigate to that. So let me save it, run here. Let me go to second screen. In second screen, let me go to table. In table, if I select a record here, As soon as I select a record, it is going to third view. Very simple. You can go back, and if I select some other record, on selecting that record, it will go to the next view. So here, say any record you can select. For example, first record, it goes to the third view. On selecting second record, it goes to third view. So on selection change event is triggered on table. That event is assigned to capture record event handler, which is internally navigating to third view. Because one event handler is triggering another event handler. So ultimately, you can handle this functionality. Now, there is no need of button. Technically speaking, there is no need of this go to third view button now. Instead of button, you can allow selection on table. On selecting record in table, it goes to third view. So there is no button. There is no need of button always in object view here. Now, what about list? List also, when you select a record in list, it navigates to third view, because capture record is assigned to both table and list. So it works even for list screen element as well, because the same event handler is assigned to both table and list. So this navigation now works on record selection on list. It works on record selection in a table. It also works on a button click here. So just add this line. This dot go to third view event handler. You need to add that inside capture record event handler. Now, in the coming days, what we do is, if I select a record here, the selected record, whatever record is selected, for example, Harish, US 95,000. So that selected record, I want to transfer to the next screen. Whatever record is selected, that selected record, I want to transfer to the third view, so that I can update the data, I can delete data, or I can insert a new record, so that we can perform all different database operations here. So here, first let me write this note. One event handler, we can trigger another event handler functionality. So that is what we have done. Okay, so not only that, now here we are selecting a record here. On selecting a record, for example, Aditya Sharma. So that selected record, I want to transfer to third view, so that we can update a record, or we can insert a new record, we can delete a record by consuming OData service. We can trigger backend database operations with the help of OData model in this case. So what we'll do is, I'll stop here. Next session, we are going to complete this scenario. First, we'll go with data transfer from one view to another view. Then we'll also perform CRUD operations. Inserting record, updating record, deleting record. These operations we'll try to do it via OData service. But before CRUD operations, here we'll try to go for doubts clarification. First, practice this navigation part. Okay. We'll come back to this third view, fourth view once again. Don't worry now. This is not the end.